text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Yep.
205-964-5243. Now you know.
All right.
We are live for show number 192 for this week's Flippinar. Fear is expensive.
We started off like that. I like that.
Is expensive. Last week, procrastination is expensive. So we're here to answer your questions about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate and a lot more things. Got the full house here with both lovely young ladies this week. And so we're here to answer your questions, and please like this, share it, at least with 2 people, and make their day, hopefully. Only you, AP, with the mics.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this Thursday. We're ending July. This will be the last Thursday of this month, guys. Woo! 7th month is out the door. 8th month is in the doors. Not too late. You get to choose whether it's going to be today or one day. I hope you choose today. This is the place, as Ty mentioned, that you ask your questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with no cash, little to no cash or credit. You ask the questions, I read the questions, and they will answer the questions. We are live across all social media platforms, so make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe, and tag a friend. Send someone else along on your wholesaling journey with you, so they can get this free information that can start them on their way. Rennie, how you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Good. I guess we're gonna lead with fear is expensive. It's gonna be how we start this thing off. And we're going to jump right into our questions here. Don't forget, guys, if you would like to join us live, you absolutely can. You can ask your questions yourself. Just make sure you text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. You will receive a link to join us, and you can join us live tonight. Just make sure you have your mic and your camera on when you join. So hopefully, guys, some of you all will join us live. Adrian, we got you. Big Sip, Eric, I see you. Bethel B, Timothy, Africans Leaving America, Ron Mice, and Angel Mercado. Thank you for joining us. I know these names. I just went right through them, but they be tripping me out. Tripping me out.
Africans Leaving America.
Right. Must be the shoes. BJ Johnson, Virginia Gardner, Tila, Marquez Smith says, "What's up, Nikia?" CF Finley, Lex Smokes Mobile, Andrew. This is from TikTok, guys. Instagram. And yeah, I see all you guys. Go ahead and post those questions in there, and I will read those as well. But jumping right in to this, you're right, Ron Mas. The title alone deserves a like. Deserves a like.
And a retweet.
There you have it.
It is expensive, and it is.
Yeah.
Fear hold you
in
back.
the long run.
Yeah, fear hold you back. Fear how you think you're good enough.
Yeah, Must Be the Shoes wants to know, can you do this in Delaware or Maryland?
I don't see why not. Do you know, Ty, there's some restrictions for wholesalers?
I'm aware of that.
I mean, Delaware is such an open state. I mean, that's where you get the favorite tax laws. I don't see them holding y'all back out there, but I haven't heard of anything.
No, I think they're good to go both. I know Maryland. What we say the other one was? Maryland?
Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware. Well, both of them I know. Like you say, Delaware is where you
Maryland,
get it. Yeah.
Right.
All right, Tanya Johnson says, and this is from Facebook, I'm doing a walkthrough on my first property tomorrow. I'm determined that it's the deal. The ARV is 220. They're asking 115. Another wholesaler has it. He wants to assign it to me instead of getting owners to sign my contract. I feel compelled to offer more than the 115 due to the fact that homes are selling above asking price in this area. Other interested parties will be at the walkthrough tomorrow. Please advise. That's a lot going on.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
in the competition. She's in competition with this deal with this wholesaler. So, I don't.
So she's saying that she can go around the wholesale and go direct?
No.
Or she's,
They all putting their bids into this wholesaler.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
she want to know, should she outbid everybody else?
Yeah. So
Run your numbers. So an investor is all about the numbers. I mean, we don't overpay if the numbers don't make sense. A retail buyer will overpay all day. An investor will overpay as long as there's value there. But when you overpay and now you out of the money, you're or whatever the case may be, you gotta take those things in consideration. A deal is only a deal if it makes true sense,
All right, Tanya, good luck with that. Hopefully you've plugged and chugged your numbers into the Dealulator calculator, which you guys can go to dealulator.com and put your numbers in there as well to see if in fact you have a deal. And this is from, what did you say this was? Instagram. Lex Smokes. I text a possible deal, but nobody responded to tell me whether or not it was a deal or not. Okay, so I guess he's saying text it into you.
Well, that's not the proper format to do it. Number one.
Gotcha.
That's not how you do it. You submit it to site dealulator.com. Well, let me back up. If you're trying to, the proper process is you need to have it under contract, you need to be dealing directly with the owner. It's a great deal and it's off market, and then you submit it to dealulator.com. If you just text it somewhere, may have seen it, may have not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't send it through the form. Now we could go back and easily track it, by just simply searching the address in our account. So you didn't follow instructions.
All right, so resubmit that the correct way so we can partner with you and see if in fact you have a deal. This is from beauty_T. If we have a property and aren't able to have it show on PropStream, what other website am I able to use in order to get the comps around or even the ARV calculated?
Well, if you searched it on PropStream and it's not showing up, then you search it and it's not showing up on Google, then you probably have a bad address. Now, sometimes it won't pull up in PropStream, sometimes, and it'll pull up in Zillow. Now that gets to the county level. Sometimes the county address versus the mailing address is different. Normally it's rare, but that happens, so you check the address. Again, if it's when you Google it or try to search it, it doesn't come up, then it's a bad address.
Right, I agree. I mean, every address is Googleable. Someone's gonna pick it up. Zillow, Redfin, it's gonna be somewhere. Google Maps, it'll be somewhere,
All right, so Renikia, I'm going to swing this question to you, and it is from Chris Devia. They want to know, how is it possible that the seller never knows you are essentially upselling or assigning the contract to a cash buyer for more than their original price? My fear is the seller finding out.
That's a good question. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's the name of the game. I mean, if I give you what you're asking for, at the end of the day, why does it matter if I sold it when you sold it to someone else at a higher price? But but they do. If you get down to the wire, some people do care. In cases like that, I'll say always feel the energy. Know who you're dealing with, because some buyers don't care or sellers don't care. You can do an assignment. You can be transparent on all parties, and some of them care. So in a situation like that, just double close. And when you double close, it's almost like you're closing with that seller, and then the same hour, the same day, you're gonna go and close with the end buyer at the same time, simultaneously on the same day. So they would never know what you made on that deal. They would never know what your assignment fee is, because it's a double closing. So I would say just fill out the energy, fill out all parties. And if you feel the need to double close them, anything over a certain amount, I think you should double close because somebody gonna maybe have a question about it. You don't want anyone questioning your money. I don't know what that number is. I would say maybe over 10,000. What do you say, Ty? Or you don't care? You just don't. You're gonna get gator on them.
Now that's what I can get gate on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Some of them, yes.
some stuff I can't get, but that's what I can get gate on. I was going back and forth with this clown on Instagram earlier today, and he was saying, "Oh, so you got it's a video I put out. It's a post I put out. It's a video saying, never ever say this to the seller. Never tell the seller you're a wholesaler.
Yes.
Right? Not and okay. So his thing was, so you got to lie to get a deal. No. I didn't say I lied. The contracts, it says purchase and sales agreement, right? Saying I'm going to purchase it. Legally, that contract, all contracts are assignable unless that contract says it's not assignable.
Correct.
So if I assign that contract over to someone, which is legal, then how am I lying to them?
Right.
Okay, so if you go to the bank and get some money, a loan or something, that makes it better. That's still not your money.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
I'm going back and forth with this client. I obviously ain't had nothing to do at that point.
You had time today. You had time.
And so, but you know, they say it's basically saying it's a scam. Scam indicates that I'm going to steal their property. Scam indicates that they're not going to get their money. Right. Exactly. That's not the case. We're using, and he didn't respond back, we're using the same title companies, well, some of them, title companies and attorneys that that real estate agents use. Right. They are not putting their livelihoods in jeopardy for what we're doing if it's not above board. Period.
It's all in legality of signing over a contract.
Yeah, that's legal.
It's not a lie. You're actually your intention is to purchase, but you have the ability to assign the contract to someone else who wants to purchase as well. There's nothing legal about that.
They do this on the commercial real estate level. It's done on, you know what I'm saying?
That's what drop shipping is.
Millions of dollars are exchanged. And okay, with wholesale on the residential level, it's just like the people that are watching this now, most people, some of it may be the first introduction or whatever, but most people that are watching that, they probably already spent hours trying to understand this, and they still are full of questions, right? Still full of questions. They're actually interested in it. So imagine if you tried to present this to a seller in a 5-minute conversation, that's over with. They're not going to deal with you because people back up on things they don't understand, especially when it deals with business. Because it's not important. Can you perform? Can you agree on a price? You put it on the contract. Do they get their money? Right. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. Do they get the money you all agreed upon?
Right. Explaining this to a seller, you're gonna lose before you even start. Oh yeah. I mean, the seller just can't wrap their head around what you're really talking about.
They can't wrap their head around it, man.
You know, they only understand realtors, you know, or whatever the case may be. So there's just no need to even have that conversation when you are not doing anything illegal anyway. Hey, I'm gonna bring my team in. We're gonna purchase this property. My team could be my end buyer. It's no different. It's all in the legalities of the contract.
So the second part of that was, what if the person asks you directly, are you a wholesaler? What do you say?
Yep.
What motivated
sellers?
I wholesale.
Well, motivated sellers not even going to ask you that, number one. But if they do, yep. We buy some
investor, and I also sometimes wholesale some of my inventory to my other end buyers. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Yeah. But trust me, if they're asking you that question, you don't have a deal. I can guarantee you that.
And then you're not a wholesaler. You are a real estate investor who wholesales.
Yeah, you're a real estate.
That was nothing but a strategy. You could be a real estate investor who buying whole. You can be a landlord. You could be a real estate investor who does commercial properties. At the end of the day, you're a real estate investor, and that's just one of the strategies that you utilize to buy and sell real estate.
That's it. Get this in your head, guys. Wholesaling is a form of real estate investing. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. It's just a different role. People have different roles within the business, period.
Right. And I really relate to drop shipping. There are some people that go and buy all the inventory. Now they got to store it in warehouses. And then there's some people who's like, hey, I'll buy it when you buy it.
I'll buy it when you buy it. That's it.
Hey, you don't get it at the end of the day, but I'm advertising it like it's in my warehouse.
It's like it's in your warehouse. I'll buy it when you buy it.
It's no difference, you know. So it's just another form of being able to buy and sell real estate.
Right. That's what Walmart does.
That's exactly what
I'll let you put it on my shelves. When we sell it, we'll give you your money.
Exactly.
Is that a scam?
Right.
They ain't spending anything for it.
Mm-hmm. We got to understand business principles.
Yeah, you can do that. But you're not gonna get your money till we sell it, and it's probably gonna be 90 days after that when you get it.
Right, exactly. Definitely on the net 90.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
We have to understand that there are strategies that creates wealth, and we have to understand what those strategies are. Wholesale and drop shipping, all these are just strategies that creates wealth.
All right, thank you.
What he was mad about, I didn't even look at his profile. I should have. He mad about it. You could keep doing the way you're doing it, whatever you're doing, man. That's fine. You're making money.
Right. Everything is for everybody.
But nothing prevents you from doing the same thing.
Right.
I got you. I just asked the questions here.
Open your minds. Hey, some stuff I don't want to do. They killing it. Oh, I ain't gonna hate on it.
They killing it though. Right.
I'm not gonna hate on it. I don't want to do it. I ain't gonna hate on it. You know you got on with salt about it. They're scratching the head. She want us to move on. But you know you did tune your boy up on something like that. That's not directed at the person that asked the question. It's just so ironic. I was going back and forth with a guy earlier.
Right.
On that ivory soapbox.
No, it's not direct, but stuff like that discourage people before they even get started.
Oh yeah.
And you know, yeah. So it's good for us to talk about it because there's so much around it as if it's something illegal where people have been doing this for 50, 60 plus years. You know, so
Somebody posted this. Amazon is the middleman. They're wholesalers. Are they a scam too?
Walmart may be the ultimate, but Amazon is a close seller, a close second.
Amazon.
Right. For Amazon to be able to ship everything in the world in a matter of a day, there's no way everybody paying these folks. They are drop shipping this stuff. People are putting it on their shelves, they're marketed for, and everybody get paid when Amazon get a sale. It's a form. Yeah.
All right.
Where I got fear is expensive from, I think this comedian, I think it's Robert Ogden or something like that. He had a statement. He used to, like some comedians like to try to drive home like real, educational point or thoughtful points. And I think he said, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. So to shorten that, ignorance is expensive.
It is.
So I'm over fear is expensive, procrastination, laziness, you can just go on and on. Laziness is expensive.
Right. And I like that. Ignorance is very expensive. And I'm not saying thinking wholesaling is illegal is ignorant thing, but just think about if you think that is something wrong with it. But everybody out here making money. So all you're doing is causing yourself not to put yourself in position to make more money, because it's not like we're going to stop wholesaling real estate because you think that is illegal. People are still going to be out here making money. So we might as well understand the principles and just be able to position ourselves instead of thinking that it's something that's wrong when everybody is doing it legally. So ignorance is definitely expensive. I like that.
All right, Timothy Moore says, greetings. I'm going to meet a seller tomorrow on a 20,000 square foot commercial building. It's vacant. Outside of how much, what other questions do you recommend I ask? So that's a different beast.
He said what now?
That's
commercial. What did he say?
What type of commercial? Multifamily, retail?
What did he say kind of property was?
He says, I'm going to meet a seller tomorrow on a 20,000 square foot commercial building. It's vacant. Outside of how much, what other questions do you recommend I ask?
What is his own for? Who was the previous tenant? How much land comes with you? But you can look that up or whatever. It said price, obviously.
Deferred maintenance?
Yeah, how recent is the AC, the roof? That's pretty much it for us. If you're referring to what I've been talking about the last few weeks, last couple of weeks or whatever. So,
What is the best use? Stuff like that.
yeah, I guess the ceiling height would be important because that could factor into a couple of things or whatever. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff you making already be looked up, but yeah. So
Okay.
take video and pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a question for after you're at the table and the money is getting rolled out. Does the title company reach out to the original seller to ask them how they want to receive their funds?
The original seller should be at the closing table. You know, they have documents to sign off on, so they should have that conversation at the closing table, or if it's a mail away, you know, that they should have that conversation. But the closing attorney will ask them, you know, they're gonna pick up a check, or do you want me to wire it? And if you want me to wire it, they will ask for the wire instructions.
All right, there you go. We've already answered that. We're not putting them back on the soapbox for that. Nope. Not gonna do it. Nope, skip.
Okay, I said, yeah, Robert Orban is the guy's name, and another dude said it too. His name is Derek. I think the first guy that said it was some president of Harvard or something named Derek Bach. He said that if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Ignorance is expensive. So Derek B.O.K. What is that?
That's not true.
Bach?
That's so true.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I know maybe we said, but maybe not enough. Well, the statement that you say, closing, paying all cash, closing quickly, minus any unpaid taxes or liens. So the Black Forbes question was, can you close on a property with liens? So that answer would be yeah.
Well, you're not really closing with liens on it. Liens exist. Liens can be handled to make the deal happen if the numbers work. That's what we're saying. So depending on what they owe, the price works for you, it covers what they owe, and they're satisfied with that, whatever you all agree on, then yeah, they're just paid off. They're addressed at the closing table. All of those lien people that have liens against the property, they are sent their money, their funds for it.
Right. So basically, to close on it and get a warranty deed, they have to clear all the liens at the closing table.
Mm-hmm.
So all the liens will be paid off at the closing table. That's the great thing about going through and getting a warranty deed and title insurance. A lot of times you pay cash or you get deeded over a quick claim deed. A lot of times no one is insuring any liens against the property. And a lot of times when you get quick claim and you're not pulling title, you don't know if there are liens or anything. And that's the beauty of going through a title company or a closing attorney, is that liens must be cleared for you to close on the property, or at least have title insurance and receive a warranty deed. So.
Okay, so Checksmate says, I put a seller under contract and he was in pre-foreclosure. Come to find out, he had 5 liens, 1 federal, but the first mortgage was foreclosing. The buyer's lawyer asked $45,000 to deal. What could I have done? It fell through.
That's 4.
Well, I guess the title company, they discovered all of that. Sounds like your time just ran out. And it doesn't sound like what you have to help us with, that the price that you added on the contract for didn't cover the mortgage and the other liens attached to it. That's what it sounds like. You ran out of time and the price you all negotiated didn't cover everything was owed on the property, attached to the property. So unless I'm not reading that correctly.
And the seller, I mean, you know, the liens can be negotiated who pays it, but it should first fall on the seller to pay their own liens off.
Mm-hmm.
And now at some point in time, the seller may say, I don't have it, and he'll cancel the deal. And if you're making enough money on your assignment, you could probably put some money towards the liens to just make the deal happen. But the lien should be first paid off by the seller. Unless a seller just don't want to pay it, then y'all have to figure out how to negotiate who's going to pay what. And if not, then it's just no deal.
Okay, so Karen S. wants to know, if you don't have a title company, what third-party entity do you give your EMD to?
Why don't you have one?
Huh? Oh, okay. So
I think you
Maybe,
should
oh,
always.
she's talking about the buyer's earnest money deposit more than likely, right?
Well, at that point, if you got a seller and a buyer on the contract, well, let's see, something concerning MD, if you don't have a title company, I guess she means like even before you get a buyer, you might not
Oh,
have, established that yet. Well, ideally, it's easy to find a title company that's set in the sense that use the power of network and social media. You can use my Facebook group or any local Facebook group for wholesaling. Just ask the question, what title company, what closing attorney is wholesaler friendly? So if you use them now, you may have to transfer it to somewhere else because the buyer may not want to use them, but that's how you would find one to then you just submit the contract and the EMD to that recommended outfit.
right.
If you're
I mean,
talking about
I
that
recommend
phase of
giving
it,
earnest money to a closing attorney, title company, escrow company, because it's a biased party. But if there's some sellers want you to get earnest money to them and our buyers, and I respect that way too. I just can't do. I don't like it because I feel like I got to chase people. Once a deal falls and you want your money back, and I got to chase you. Sometimes people take the money and already spent it. And now you try. It's just a lot. Versus let me just give it to the attorney. I know where to go pick it up at, and things of that nature. It's just a biased party. But, I think at some point in time, you want to go ahead and get that title company involved. But I get it. Sometimes you don't know if you're going to sell it or have an end buyer, and you don't know who to send that to. But, I guess that could be a hard call because I think you should get a title company or someone involved to hold that earnest money, who is not one of the parties, like a third party, but it's totally up to you. I think one of the negotiations say, hey, I'm going to disperse the earnest money, but right now let me locate an escrow and a title company so we can get the ball rolling and I can get that deposit. Which kind of buys you a couple of days to kind of figure that out.
All right, so our next question is from Karen. Karen wants to know, what is the name of the phone app that you recommend to establish different numbers to track your lead generation?
Well, technically, if you're going to establish those numbers, yeah, you could use those. If you were using the CRM that I offered you, it produces numbers also. But Google Voice is a free way, Bummer is a paid way, but so it's a number of ways to get numbers. It's not difficult.
Okay, thank you. Let's see here. True King. So if I'm in a state virtually wholesaling and my target area is a state that you need a wholesale license, will I need to get a license in that state?
No, you wouldn't. If the state doesn't require it, you won't need a license. And if you're interested in the CRM, just text the word CRM to the number on the board. Hadn't said that all night.
You haven't.
And I did good.
You did. Yes. No, but he's saying the state that he wants to wholesale in does require the license.
But no, where the properties are closing at is what matter, not where he lives.
So the state he wants to wholesale in requires the license.
Okay, then yeah, the state where the property is what's matter.
Okay,
Wherever
so yes, you would have to get a license. Follow the laws of where the property is. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, wherever the property is. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay. So is there a program that helps with comping commercial property and land?
It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work that way, like the houses.
In my 15 years, I have never seen a program that does.
Yeah, you can get software numbers that there's going to be a lot of stuff like that out there to plug in numbers like expenses, but that's just a calculator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work like that. You can do some projections, some pro formas and all that stuff, but for the most part, it's based on how much income is it producing or can produce, what their expenses are or what can expenses be. That gives you your net operating income. From there, you base it on what the price is. That gives you a cap rate. Some other factors go in there, but it's not like what you think with houses. So it's not like that.
Right.
All
Right.
right. Miss Burks, I see you down there where you click the link to join us live. I do need you to turn on your camera and turn on your mic, and I will bring you on with us. As soon as I see your lovely face, you will join us live. Right now, I just see your profile picture. So Lex says when using the deal calculator, which is found on Zillulator.com, is the MAO price the price I should be negotiating with the seller? And guys, to get to that, you can simply text the two letters D as in dog, C as in cat, or D as in deal and C as in calculator to the number shown on the screen. It would direct you to that. So is the MAO price the price I should be negotiating with the seller?
They're asking on the deal calculator which number is with the seller. The blue number.
What number is the number that you should be negotiating with the seller?
The blue number.
Is that the MAO?
No, that's the other one.
The other one.
That's the other one. I don't even know what it's called on the. Look it up. What it's called on there. The wholesaler's fee, I think, is what it's called. That the blue number on the calculator is the number that you negotiate with the seller. The way it's set up, I can just break it down. I'm just tripping. The 70%, which we normally go with that. Then you have the ARV plugged in, you have the repairs plugged in, then it gives you the MAO, as they call it. I want to call it something else. I'm gonna figure it out one day. That's the black number. So that's the actual the price range you're gonna put back out there to potential cash buyers. It gives you a feel to say, hey, I want to make 10,000 on this deal. And then it gives you another number, which is in blue. That's the actual contract price you need to be dealing with, negotiating with the seller, or less. In most cases, less or whatever. So that's how.
All right.
But if you want to access that calculator, you gave me a lead in. Thank you very much. Hey, you're just so wonderful. Text the letters DC to 205 49. What is it? That's my 205 964 5243. You bad boy.
A loss of words. Okay. You didn't know. If y'all didn't know, Ty's born day is coming up really soon, and
Okay.
people say that you ain't been aging until today. Yes,
2 days.
2 days from now.
2 days.
July 31st. Yes.
Leo.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. And on your screen there, if you would like to contribute to the birthday fund.
Oh yeah, then she put up the birthday
Yes.
cash. Hey, please. Hey, I don't normally beg for money, but if you send your boy to the casino for
Yeah.
at least $100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put it in there for everybody. And if I hit it on the machine, I'm gonna split it with everybody to send me some money.
Right.
So, hey, I'm like,
Let's bless him. Let's
you know
bless
what I'm
him.
saying? So cash
You've been
app is
blessing
on
us all these
screen.
years. Let's bless him back.
Oh yeah, $ ask Flip man. Hey, the collection plate is being how they say it at church? What they say?
Yes, sir.
Offering plate is being
Hey,
passed.
the building fund is in play. We need your fund. No, I want the building fund.
The building fund.
Hey,
The church do be having all them funds, man. They be
send your boy to the
they
casino
got the building fund.
on Saturday, baby.
Andrew Sage wants to know, when I have the property locked under contract, do you run the title search when you get your cash buyer or before?
It depends on how strong you are. I would say it depends on how strong you are to find the end buyer. If you just know it's a hot deal, sometimes you can go ahead and get started. But majority of the times, you kind of want to get your deal together and submit both of those contracts over to the closing attorney, so you don't draw up a payment by them pulling title too early and you don't have a deal. Because a lot of attorneys make you pay for that title they pulled, or they won't even start title unless you pay for it. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of both of those strategies. Sometimes you just got a hot deal, you want to go ahead and get started. Other times you just may want to wait until you have that end buyer in place and submit both of those contracts to the attorney together. What do you say, Tom?
Yeah, in most cases, yeah, you're gonna wait until you Well, I'm put like this. Like she said, you can go ahead and do it, but be prepared to pay for it at some point, because sometimes it may come back in the title bad. That still need to be paid for. Whether it's good or bad, they need to be paid. So ideally, just wait until you have a cash buyer in place, because they might not want to use who you've paid for.
That's true.
They might not have a relationship with them, and if they're going to pay closing costs, a lot of times they're going to dictate that part of the deal or whatever. So
And title comes back in what, 3-4 days?
In most cases, just depending on where you're.
So 3-4 days. So you can wait until you get there.
You can wait. Yeah.
So Mr. Beltran 512 wants to know, how can I check if the house has liens by myself? So no, I'm not going to call the title company, but how do I figure it out on my own?
Let the experts handle that.
Yeah. Don't
even
overthink it.
Because you're going to have to go through that process anyway. You let the experts, don't even worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Let the experts handle that, because again, let the experts handle it. I'm not going to, hey, I could probably YouTube search how to pull a tooth, right? And we used to do it ourselves or whatever, but I'm gonna let the expert handle it, So I know that was extreme, but you know how I do. So
yeah, that's too much. Don't go down to the county trying to put title. You'll be burnt yourself out trying to wholesale these deals. You let an expert do it, because what happens is something comes back and there's a title issue. All you're gonna do is go back to the seller, say, hey, you got a title issue, blah blah blah. They're gonna have to take care of that. They don't want to take care of that, then we need to renegotiate some things. Then I'm gonna go to my end buyer and say, hey, we just found out there's a title issue. This is the issue, and this is what we have to do. So you just gotta go back to the drawing board and kind of renegotiate both sides if that's the case. Whatever the case may be. So, which is a very easy conversation, because the seller know their own liens. We don't have to go back and forth about your liens. Like, we just need to figure out how it's gonna get paid. So.
Well.
All right. Thank you, Timothy Moore, planting seeds in your birthday shenanigan casino trips.
What's up?
Yeah, he sent you some.
Okay. What is that? Tell me, quote it. Put him up on the screen.
He sent you $100.
Oh! Hey! On the big ones? Oh, my.
That was sweet of you, Timothy.
Sure.
That was really nice.
Hey, that's what you do, see. You know how people had like you go to a restaurant or something, one of the people working there, they had the money on the thing. So what you do is you go ahead and put some money on there. Right. Right. So Timothy, I should have came out with my money pinned on my chest. See, Timothy already picked it.
Oh yeah, you get it started, right?
Hey, anybody gonna outdo Timothy? Let's see. Can anybody outdo Timothy? We're going once. We're going twice.
Exactly. And who's gonna match it? Who's matching it? Who's matching it,
man?
Thank you, Timothy.
That's a blessing. Thank you.
Absolutely. I am _ my call. Yes. You most definitely can get on. Text the word GATOR. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Text that word.
Short for alligator.
Yeah.
Gator.
Text Gator to 205.
You can even text alligator if you want to. We'll still get it.
That will still get you through. 205-964-5243. You'll receive a link. Click on that link and just make sure your mic and
the big ones.
Wow.
Make sure mic and your video is on. Shag, Westside Detroit. I see you. Thanks for.
He sent some money.
No.
Why you call his name then? He can't send me no money. Why you call his name? We only call the people's name that's cash happened tonight.
Oh my God.
Hey, birthday
Y'all
energy.
said to be on a good birthday for Saturday. Hey.
Okay, so Big Boy Music Group wants to know
how much he's in.
You know what? He asked the question.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Big Boy Music Group, can you wholesale an entire portfolio package? And if not, what's the best way to obtain a fee for the wholesaler that came across the deal?
You can. It's just like a regular deal.
Oh, just like a regular deal.
It's like a regular
more
deal.
to analyze.
You do it just like a regular, if it was just one.
Hopefully the check
it's
is
just
a
a
lot
portfolio.
bigger.
No different.
Yeah. Miss Burks, I saw you. You came on and then you went away. Come back, come back, come back. Come out to play.
She might have went into a cash app.
You know. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm doing.
You have a good time this weekend. You have a good
So Denise Favors wants to know, what if there is a cloud on the title, but we can't find out who is now holding the mortgage due to them closing down in 2001? Title company won't give us a clear to close. Can the buyer sign affidavit stating that they only had one mortgage company?
You mean the seller?
Seller, yes.
Yes, you mean the seller. I've had that to happen where companies went out of business. Now, in my situation, we found the person. But, you know what I'm saying, we found his wife, rather, and she wrote up what needed to be wrote up to clear it. That's all the times it happened to me. And I heard other people happen where they couldn't find them. They went out of business.
Right, an attorney will know exactly what you need to do, and you just have to follow their lead. Who I need to call. You know, they'll sometimes attorney will have you kind of help them find whoever they need to, and sometimes you can get it sooner than the attorney can. I had a situation with the water lien, and it was taking them weeks, and we called down there one day and got the paper and got the payoff letter. So sometimes you just ask the attorney like in this case, what can we do to clear this lien? And they'll tell you, well, you can try to get in contact with this person and things of that nature. So just kind of follow their lead on helping you help them, I guess.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. Ms. Burke, still waiting on you to come back, and my guy's still waiting for you to send me that Gator email so I can get you on with us. Guys, anyone else that wants to join us live, you still have the opportunity to just text that word Gator to the number behind you on the wall. Okay, so Day to Day wants to know, Renikia, is short sale an ugly word? Can I wholesale a short sale, and what's the best way?
Short sale is not an ugly word. I mean, a few years ago, it was more of a popular word. But you know, short sale is a little bit different. I think if you do try to wholesale a short sale, you should double close it. The reason being is that a lot of short sales are already pre-foreclosures, and part of the pre-foreclosures to sell them, the attorney has to send the finalized HUD to the quote to the lien holder, whoever that bank is. Hmm?
I'm sorry.
He looking at his Cash App and he's
Yeah.
wow.
Sorry, birthday mom. Sorry, birthday mom. But
Whoa, it's my birthday too.
but
Hey, wait a minute now. Hey, I had to look on my other phone. I can't look on the one. Okay, so Joyce Stevens. I mean, it's Stephen Joyce. I'm sorry, Renika. Stephen Joyce. Thank you. Timothy, of course. Rock Kelly. Thank you. L. Franklin. Thank you. Sylvanus. I can't say the last name, but thank you.
Blessings.
On the thank you list also. Just oh man, I really appreciate it. Seriously, I ain't tripping about no money or whatever, but guys, you know, hey,
But it's a blessing when people
I really appreciate it.
when they
really,
don't have
really
to. Yeah.
Hey, but in the famous words from one of my favorite movies as a child, I ain't turning down nothing but my collar.
Talk that talk.
Showing your age.
Oh boy.
All right, Renee, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So short sale, wholesale short sale. So usually I got to double close it because the current bank that is foreclosing on it would most likely won't approve an assignment fee and stuff like that on the HUD. So you're just gonna have to double close it if you do something like that. But one thing about a short sale, it's public information. So if it's out there for 100,000 and you're trying to sell it for 120, you're gonna run into those issues too, because pre-foreclosure has to be advertised in some type of capacity. So it's out there. So there's a lot of more moving parts when trying to wholesale a short sale. So it's not the number one property to go after, I would say. If it's a good property to go out there to wholesale, there's just too many moving parts with it.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. It's funny. It's short sale, an ugly word.
What do
All
you
right,
think, Todd? Can you spell an ugly word to you?
Jasmine Evans wants to know, how do you get the estimates of repairs to a property before you go look at the property? Do you just get the estimate of the property by what the seller is telling you over the phone?
Well, a simple way that I've picked up from watching someone else's video, actually, and it made sense. If from the conversation with the seller, you just ask them, is it livable or not livable? That's somewhat subjective in a sense. But them explaining the condition a lot of times will tell you if it's livable or not. But if it's livable, and this is just a little generalization here now, but if it's livable, multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, multiply the square footage times $40. And that'll normally give you, and just round up to the nearest 5,000. So if you come up with a number like 31,233, just round up to 35,000.
All right. Let's see here. What is the most efficient way to market a wholesale deal? John. Yeah, we're gonna say it's John.
John.
Mhm.
John.
What's the most efficient way to market a wholesale deal?
I'm gonna let Renika go first.
You up?
You up?
Okay, I'll start it off. I mean, I don't think there's just no one way that just works in all cases. I think it's a combination of just understanding a lot of different marketing avenues. And I think eventually once you market so long, you begin to have this database of buyers and sellers that you begin to accumulate over time, just marketing using all these different avenues, online social media avenues, posting on Craigslist, sending it out to your exclusive buyers list, building a co-wholesale list where other wholesalers, where you send your information or your property to other wholesalers and see if they want to co-wholesale to their end buyers. But I just think it's a combination. And I think over time you begin to accumulate this list of exclusive end buyers, and then you eventually be able to just send your deals out to that exclusive list. And then on top of those other marketing channels works. But what do you think, Tom?
He said he's asking the number one way.
Yes, the most efficient way.
Most efficient way.
Most efficient way. I would just start with a Google search for sell my house fast in the name of the city. Everybody that's on those first 3 or 4 results, and the bottom 3 or 4, they're paying a lot of money to be there. Reach out to them first. Then the organic, which are in the middle, those first 2 or 3 pages of Google, that's obviously free. Okay. Now, some of those are wholesalers, some of them ask cash buy, a combination of both. All right. The next thing you could do, I don't know, like I say, I don't know if that's the most efficient way, but that's one of the quickest ways, right? You're going to post it on Facebook Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. Write you a good descriptive ad, right? Mm-hmm. Other wholesalers, a lot of times they're easy to find because they're already posting in them same places, right? You reach out to them. Their ads are normally easy to spot. Normally they're going to be like 139.9. You know what I'm saying? We use those type of numbers or whatever. Tell is a wholesaler or is this an investor? We'll just say that. You could use real estate agents that deal with cash buyers or / investors. There's a unique way you could do that, but using prop streams from other services to find out who's behind those transactions. Bandit signs in the area where the property is located, just handwritten signs, house for sale, price, cash, call or text, phone number, so just off the top.
All right, thank you for answering.
And I add a cherry on top, which is something I did a lot, which is just reverse wholesaling, which basically is you find the money first or find the buyer, the end buyer first, and then you go locate the property to match the criteria. And I find that it was the most efficient way for me, where I found the money first. I just felt like houses was the easiest thing to find, But if I don't have the money to buy, so I went to secure the money first, and then I became, I guess, if you want to just a wholesaler bird dog for investors. You want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-sided brick, and I'm gonna go find you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-sided brick, which guarantees my sale because I already located the money first. So that's a strategy that worked very well for me.
Text the word cash to the number on the board. You can build your cash buyers list before you get started. In that video, I show you how. Thanks for that softball, Renikia.
There you go. Out the park.
Out the park.
Renikia,
Yeah.
so this is a question from Instagram. Why would the buyer agree to pay the seller's closing costs?
Because they got a great deal. Well,
Yeah.
you asked her. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean,
Man, these folks got me hyped up in here.
it happens. You know, I mean, when an end buyer wants a deal and they know the value of it, they will pay for things. So in cases they'll negotiate it, but they'll be willing to pay if the deal is good enough. Absolutely. And it's no different from, that's when a buyer, because a buyer an investment property for investment property, it's a different type of buyer. The mindset is different. A retail buyer looking for the seller to pay for their closing costs. An end buyer that knows that they about to make a good amount of money on a cash on cash return, and it's a good property. Hey, I pay you to give me a deal. So it's a different mindset when you're talking about a real estate investor purchasing a property. We're willing to do whatever it takes in some cases.
All right. So lightweight _ taking this from Instagram as well, wants to know, what is a HUD?
Good question. I guess I started that off. A HUD to me is like a purchase receipt, some kind of way.
Invoice.
So, it's like an invoice, basically. So it's an itemized transaction list itemized list of the details of the property that you're purchasing. So it itemized all of the expenses of that transaction on the HUD. Itemize expenses, it itemized the money you bring to the table, itemize your points, your fees, everything is pretty much an invoice for that purchase. I think that sums it up, an invoice.
Any additions to that?
Yeah, it's just an invoice, as she said, a receipt. Basically, itemizing who's the seller, who's the buyer, who's paying what, who's receiving what. Boom.
Okay. So you just mentioned we were talking about the best way to market a wholesale deal, and you gave some really awesome ways that they could. Mustache Mike wants to know, is it true?
What's his name?
Mustache Mike.
That's what's up.
Mustache Mike. Yeah. Is it true you can only advertise the contract when wholesaling and not pictures?
Advertise the contract.
I don't know what the rules are. I know I just do more than that.
Right.
I'm just being real with you. Nah, I hear people say you only just can advertise, you got a contract or whatever, and that's probably what the laws are or whatever, but who's out there checking? So if you don't do it that way, that's fine. I'm just telling you I do more. I'm
sending some pictures.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Let's see here.
Trust me, no one's gonna knock on your door and say, put your hands behind your back and lock you up because you average. It's just to put some pictures out there. It's not
God. Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me get rid of this.
No.
Yeah. Let me get rid of that. All right. So Renikia, we have some questions about funding and financing. So maybe let me actually, in the order of questions, and then I'm gonna let you make sure you tell the guys how to get in touch with you and how
do the this you know do it. Okay.
Do what?
The one that give us in small blocks. Then you can put her thing up.
There is nothing.
Oh,
remember?
We're on the wrong one. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay. Um, see, let me do my job.
No, I got it.
Okay. Well, Renikia, so the first question is it possible to get finance for a home with a credit score of 622, no cash? I know I've been seeing a lot of changes, I guess, to FHA and conventional loan requirements, especially when it comes to student loans now not being factored in as heavily as they were before. I know before they counted as 1%, and normally your student loans would knock you out of the ballpark if your income. So is 622 feasible for a new home?
Not for most private lending, and not for us. And another a 620 is I'm pretty sure you could probably get a traditional mortgage with it, but I think they had a 642 in some cases. But we're at least minimum at a 640, 650 when it comes to things like that. But most importantly, you can always, your credit is not quite where it needs to be. You can always identify a credit partner who can come in and help you guarantee that loan on your behalf. So just understand there are strategies around that to help you still facilitate that transaction. But
All right.
you're gonna need at least a 640, 620, 640, 650. And I'll say this, and although people advertise they can lend at 620, no bad debt, bad credit, just know you're gonna compensate them for that risk. So if anyone lending at that, it's because they're going to overcharge your own interest on points and things of that nature to compensate that. So sometimes it's easier to just take a step back 30, 45 days, put some money towards getting that credit where it needs to be, help get your credit in position so you can put yourself in position, in a better position. So, just be mindful of that. There's nothing wrong with, taking a step 30, 45 days back and just putting a couple $1,000s or so towards your credit just to put yourself in position. But if you have an issue, you can always bring in a credit partner.
All right. So that's for a private home. So about the individual, let me see here. Someone wanted to know about, okay, it was in regards to transactional funding and buying whole. So how could you assist with that?
We do buy a home. We have a true 30-year note, just like a mortgage if we went to the bank. The difference is that we do not require tax returns, bank statements, income verification. We just do credit and background. It's a true 30-year fixed mortgage, but it's just for rental properties without any of those financial documents as if you went to the bank. Our interest rate starts at 3.75%. So if you're looking to become a landlord and build rental properties, we have the option to get true 30-year notes. And the great thing about it is nothing goes into your personal name. Everything goes into your business name. So you can always go back to the bank if you wanted to and take advantage of anything at the bank, because these loans will be in your business name and not your personal. Transactional funding, we do it somewhat on a case-by-case basis. Transactional fund is nothing but like a day loan. So the day of the transaction, the day of closing, a transactional funder will wire the money for the closing, and it just to look like a wash. So it'll wire the money for the closing, and then after closing, the attorney wired the money back plus their fees. So it's nothing but a 24-hour day loan, pretty much. And we offer that case by case.
All right, guys. And you can get in touch with Renikia at fundmynextdeal.com. That is FUNDMYNEXTDEAL.com. It was on the screen. Sorry, guys. I took it down, but it's fundmynextdeal.com. And Renikia Williams is available across all social media platforms. You can reach out to her there. Just keep in mind, guys, allow 48 to 72 hours for someone to reach back out to you. Someone from her office via email, phone, whatever the case may be, just allow a moment's time for that. And make sure you have all your stuff in order, because if she asks you for any documents, you better be on the go, ready to send them for her to help you out. But most definitely, if you're willing and wanting to take your wholesaling game to the very next level, fundmynextdeal.com would be the next stop for you. So we have somebody. Whoop whoop! Look at there. It's Mike. Wait, you waving? I ain't even got you on there yet. You talking to me? Hold up. Here we go. Boom. There's Michael.
Okay, that's what's up.
How you doing today?
I'm actually really good. I got I got 3 contracts under assignment this week and stuff. It's been a struggle, but I'm grinding my way through it. And sorry, I'm fixing my camera. And I'm thanking God. Sometimes you just got to be thankful for opportunities and everything. Like I only did 1 wholesale deal since I started in November and I closed in March. But I've been calling and calling. I've been getting bandit signs out there. I actually worked with a partner and stuff off this deal. Potentially we have tomorrow from this man who has 3. He has a quadruplex, a multifamily, and another single family home, vacant land, and another like home that's like worth probably $1,000. It's really like this giant big multifamily thing, but it's a tear down. But you know, we're trying to negotiate with him. Let's say $490,000 or whatever. He's asking for 600. We got him to like the lower 5s and stuff. So he had an appointment today. So we're gonna talk to him tomorrow. And I know I have 3 contracts and stuff, and I know like I'd say half of them get to closing. But the fact that I'm even out here, I'm thankful for God, and I'm thankful for the opportunities presented. So, and I'm thankful for you guys and stuff, giving us game knowledge and stuff constantly for free. It's hard out here, but you gotta keep hustling. You gotta keep grinding and stuff. And I know things are gonna work out. So the proof's in the pudding.
Awesome.
Wow.
3 contracts. Well, hopefully all those come out. Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Pennsylvania. It's northeastern Pennsylvania. It's a small community, I'd say, like I don't know, less than 100,000 people at a given time, I guess. So, but I'm working real hard, and I think it's gonna go through it. And you know, it's funny, Flipman, you had a live earlier this week and stuff, and you said, you know, sometimes you gotta follow up with somebody, and I followed up with the first property I actually sold and stuff with the owner. He had 2 properties, a multifamily, which I sold. That was my first deal. And he had a single family and stuff. And his cost was too high, but I brought it down to like $1,500. So this week, on Saturday, I have an open house at 12. I put it out on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist, like you suggesting in all your videos, and I have a bunch of people coming to see it as well too. Tomorrow I got to get the key from the pastor because she has a place because he's an out-of-state owner. But you know, it's building blocks. It's really building blocks, and I'm trying my best to do it because I'm not a quitter. I may fail, but I'm not no quitter.
I love that. Hey.
Push through.
Hey.
That's that push through. You gotta have a push through mentality.
Quitting is expensive.
There we go. There's another one. Michael, see what you just did?
Thank you.
Quitting is expensive.
Quitting is expensive. You know, because especially quitting something like real estate when everyone needs it. Although sometimes it takes longer to get those transactions, we know that houses is a demand regardless of we buying and selling it or not. We all need one. We all need to live in one. So you definitely got to push through, and I hope a lot of people hear that out there because nothing comes easy. You know, we're talking about a game-changing industry. You know, we're talking about at any given time to get a 6-figure check. You know, so to be able to accomplish these things is gonna cost you to be able to put a lot of energy and hustle and grind into it, and be able to push through those no's and stuff. So. Congratulations.
Thank you. There's a quote I saw in a YouTube comment one time. It said, losers make excuses, winners make sacrifices. And I put it on my iMac right here, and I see it every single day. It helps me so much. It's like, you know, if I have an excuse of like, no, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it and stuff. And the past couple of, like last week I made over, I'd say, I have a folder right here with so many phone calls I did, but I keep track of them. I made over, I'd say like 200 phone calls, you know, and since last week. So, and I got 3 contracts, and people are willing to work with you as long as you're putting yourself out there. If you build it, it will come. And I'm tired, but because I just signed a contract today or multifamily too. So it's just like
Mhm.
I'm putting myself out there, but it's a learning process. Flipman, I have a question though. ARV is it's you gotta learn it. I gotta learn it. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. That's it. That's it.
You say ARV what?
I gotta learn more about ARVs and stuff. So I got your whole same subdivision you did with Jamil, same property type adjustments. And
Oh yeah,
everything.
put that up on the screen, eh?
Mhm.
I think it's the 101 one to say.
You know, Comps 101 with travel and commercial. I got it right here on my screen as well too. I screenshotted it. And
Well, you can get your own copy. You don't have to screenshot. You can get your own copy. All you have to do is text the word.
Yeah.
Text the number is 101 to the number. You can get your own copy of that document that Jamil created, and I colored it up a little bit for my eyesight.
Yes, that's one thing I'm learning too. Is like you can't go near. You got to try to go not as near to the the purchase price of what they're asking for on Zillow or Truly and everything like that. I'm still learning about ARVs.
You gotta go deeper. You can't just take this estimate. You gotta especially in Zillow. Zillow is actually very good with comps if you just know how to work them out. You know, a lot of people don't realize a lot of MLSs syncs with Zillow. So a lot of that information, if you just kind of go to the map and pull up the sold comps around your subject, it's right there, you know, but you got to hand pick those comps in Zillow on that map, and pull it up and look at each one of them to see how close they are to your property. And if they're a good comp to your property, then that could be one of your comps. But I like Zillow. Zillow is an easy, free way of kind of getting a kind of an understanding of what your property could be worth.
I have a question, Flipman, real quick.
Yes, sir.
I got a property for like 85 today and stuff, and the comps around the area are 100 plus, 120 or whatever. It's I know. So that can be a little high for what they're asking for as well too. So dealing with that, do you think I should try to negotiate with the seller again, possibly, or something, or see if there's a buyer?
Yeah, you're right at it. 120 times 70% is 84,000. That's without subtracting any repairs, including your money. You know what I'm saying? That's.
What would you put it out for if you was in my position?
I don't know what the repairs are.
Right.
So, what's the square footage on the property? You know?
Off top, it's like it's over 2,000 square foot, but the lot size is oh my goodness, I got prop stream too. I can pull it up. It's like
the lot is irrelevant at this point. You say it's 2,000 square feet?
Yes.
Okay, it's livable, not livable?
It's livable. You can live on both sides. It has one oil.
You could easily be at 35 grand on repairs, just getting it, retail shape. You're already below 50. You got a contract of 85. You know what I'm saying? So that's 2,000 square feet. You just doing just normal stuff in there. If you're doing new flooring, cabinets, bathroom, kitchen, you got 30 grand like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because just the square footage of it or whatever, trying to get it in retail shape. So you signed that contract?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I know. Yeah. That's why I said I got to learn more.
Don't eager to sign some just because somebody talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But you shoot it over. We'll take a look at it. Let you know. Okay. And hopefully your numbers off on the ARV. Maybe it's a lot higher.
Right.
You know how to submit it. So anyone, and again, since we talked about that, if you want to partner with us, you can just text the letters. What the number? Use number 5050 to the number 205-964-5243, and see what we can do or whatever.
Absolutely. Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for everything, and I'm going to be back on here. This is for free. Are you crazy? Come on. I can't wait to show you the big checks when I get them. I swear.
We can't wait to see them, my man. Yes, sir.
For real, you helped us so much. For real, you helped so much. So, I really appreciate it once again. And you guys have a wonderful night.
You too, love. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. You guys stay blessed.
All right, do same.
All right, guys, y'all still have time to join us. You can slide in, maybe. Texting the word Gator and K Touche. Don't get him started. Don't get him started. And
What they want some? Is that a what?
no, what he said. What did he say? Which one was expensive?
Quitting is
Quitting.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she said that's a T-shirt.
Oh, ain't no question
It's a
about it.
You
T-shirt.
know what?
And
K Touche.
I've been
That is a
trying
You know
T-shirt.
what?
to
That
get
is
some
a
t-shirts.
T-shirt.
I know.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I've been trying to get some of them t-shirts made, K Touche, but I'm failing. I am failing drastically.
You will get them. You'll have them all
Mhm.
Saturday. Quitting, fear, ignorance,
Procrastination is all that. Please.
All of
Yeah.
it. All of it.
When I'm
Right.
rolling, you know which way I'm rolling.
I
So
know.
all I need to do is just
I know.
you just go be on the freeway. I just grab them.
I know.
All right, so
We'll see.
All right, okay.
Most definitely see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, guys, y'all got some good questions answered tonight. Really pleased with that. Y'all are still sending in questions. And hey, guys, listen, it's okay. You can keep sending in questions. And
Yeah, if you got
Thank you.
questions, you can always post them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I answer those on a daily basis. So we've been rolling pretty hard here.
hey, hold up. Renikia,
Yes.
fundmynextdeal.com. What about financial services and possibly, you know what, never mind. I forget that, but I'm going to go ahead and read it, but I know the answer. Okay. Do you know financial services that provide proof of funding for commercial properties? Do you have anything that you recommend? Is it possible, the real question is it possible to get people to back commercial deals?
You talking about just a proof of funds letter?
Well, that and in general, will
They
you
trying to get money. They really talking about getting money.
Yeah.
See, whatever. Well, go ahead and answer. You know, you
What
go out
you
there
talking
that
about,
down
son?
payment, but go ahead. Really, you go out there that down payment.
Oh wait, yeah. What are they saying? They need a proof of funds letter? Are they looking for financing?
Okay, so I'm just going to read it this way. Do you know of a financial service that provides proof of funding for commercial properties? Will you recommend proof of funding people back commercial deals? Will your recommended proof of fund people back commercial deals? What's the lowest amount for proof of funds? So the last question is just generic, like what's the amount, whatever.
So that company you use do commercial?
Well, the letter could be used for anything, but it only really goes up to $1 million, which that'll cover a lot of commercial real estate, but a lot of it won't cover. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times it's not really the letter is going to cover the entire amount. You know, a lot of times they just want to see if you got enough money for a down payment or whatever, 20%, 30% of a deal. So now you just do the math on it or whatever. So it just depends on how you're presenting your offer that you're going to have financing, but you got your 20 or 30% down. So, but it only goes up to like $1 million. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. So Ty has the service that provides the free POF. I think that's one way to get a free. I mean, I don't think it's free.
It's not free. It's not
Whoa,
free.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, you can get a POF through his service, but it's not free. So that's one way. I mean, private lending or any private lender ourselves, we finance commercial properties. We have a 30-year product. If you want to buy and hold, we have a value add purchase and rehab product. So yes, usually, as Todd stated, on commercial, you're talking about at least a 30% down payment in some scenarios. We have a development option where we can do as low as 90% LTC. If you look into like develop multifamily units or multifamily or mixed use units and things of that nature, we can do up to 90% LTC. So there's a lot of different ways to finance commercial properties. But absolutely.
All right, Renikia, and this question, as shown on the screen, how does it work when you bring in a credit partner? Is that possible? And then are there special documents for that?
Absolutely. So that's a really, really great question. I think is a very unknown strategy that a lot of people don't know works. Which is a strategy that I just recommend. I provide to any of our borrowers. hey, if your credit's not right, just bring in another credit partner, allow them to guarantee it. So what happens is they will guarantee, they will fill out the loan application. Anyone that owns more than 20% of the entity has the person guarantee it. So in that scenario, your credit partner will have a majority share, so they can guarantee the loan, and you all will be able to still facilitate your transaction.
All right, guys, and remember that's fundmynextdeal.com. Visit that website for any of your additional financing needs. Let's see here. Ty, you got anything for us on the go?
Oh, no, I'm probably going to release a video. Well, no, I don't want to even say it, but yeah, nothing.
None. Okay.
I thank everybody that
sent love offerings via Cash App for
those love
Ty's
offering
birthday.
Cash App is really
Love
appreciated.
offers.
Trust me, it will go towards
A table near
trying
you.
to produce some more income. It's entrepreneurship. It's being risked. Hey, we is what it is. I'm going to try to be very what's the word? Patient and not greedy, and we're going to get a return.
Rennie, any closing words?
No, I mean, I think Ty had a great saying for the day, and I think we can leave it off with that.
Oh yeah, fear is expensive.
Fear is expensive. Quitting is expensive. Yes. And procrastination is
and ignorance is expensive.
And ignorance, yes.
All right, there you have it. Fear, ignorance, quitting, procrastination. All of that stuff is expensive, and we ain't got time to be wasting no money, y'all. All right, choose today is the day you start wholesaling real estate with little or no cash or credit. Make sure you join that Facebook group. Hit the like, subscribe button so you can be notified anytime new content is uploaded. Make sure you go join on Instagram, TikTok especially too. All right, guys, without further ado, we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. You know. 205-964-5243. You know.
Hold on.